Welcome to If Only. In this series, SwiftTomHanks and myself, Phase 3, take characters requested by you who have missed the Injustice boat and make a move list for them. We'll take a moment to discuss potential moves, traits, supers, and win poses, and imagine how things could have been if only these characters were in. The first character we're going to be discussing is someone SwiftTomHanks is particularly passionate about, so take it away.
Alright, this is my favorite comic book character of all time. This is Ozymandias, world's most intelligent man, as depicted in his little profile picture that I drew. He's the smartest guy. So anyway, three of the special moves that Ozymandias could have would be a hidden blade projectile. In the Before Ozymandias series, you see him use this actually more than once. Another big one, this is in the movie and then the original Watchmen book, is where he catches a bullet. It was always rumored that this man, he was so quick and his reactions were so on point that he could catch a speeding bullet, and he does.
Now, does this extend to would this extend to the Green Arrow's arrows and all other physical projectiles?
Everything, and he would throw it back at you even faster. He can even catch lantern constructs and throw them back.
How embarrassing would that be for Hal Jordan to get clobbered with his own jet?
One of his other moves is these shock traps. If you watched the Watchmen movie or read the original Watchmen book, you'll remember when Dr. Manhattan was walking through a portion of his Antarctic base that he stepped into this room and Ozymandias tried to vaporize him or atomize him, I guess would be the correct term. So anyway, Ozymandias could place these little things on the ground and they just stay there like mines, and if you walk over them, they automatically trigger, and you get shocked, and there'd be a large amount of hit stun on there, so Ozymandias would be able to, get a combo from that. And then, this is where it gets good, and it's his character trait. Ozymandias, he created, by accident, his best friend Babaustus, who is this lynx cat, and using Babaustus would be your character trait. And Babaustus would have 3 attacks. So you have your character trait button, which is, we'll just say 4. So forward and 4 would be one move that Babaustus could do. Up and 4 would be another. Back and 4 would be one. And down and 4 would be one. And you would actually control Babaustus separately than you would Ozymandias. So Ozymandias could be doing a block string on the opponent, and then you could end the block string with Babaustus coming in for extra block string capabilities. And then the reason why Babaustus wouldn't be out the whole time is because, he'd get tired and Babaustus would need to rest, and Babaustus would just lay down there in the background for a little bit and chill while he, catches his breath, and then he'll come back in when the character trait fills back up.
And Babaustus would, say for example, you did forward circle and it was a lunging attack or something, and he lunged and you blocked it and he went past the opponent. He would just stay there on that part of the screen until you moved him again, right? Instead of just automatically walking back to...
Babaustus is a complete separate entity of Ozymandias. Babaustus is where Babaustus is.
So it's sort of like controlling... It's like when in Cross Tekken you control 2 different characters.
Exactly. Think of forward and the character trait button and back and the character trait button just being lunge left and lunge right. And that would be how you really mainly move Babaustus. And then up and character trait would be maybe a flip attack or something like that. And then down and Babaustus trait would be a Babaustus slide or something like that. So
Babaustus mix-ups?
Yeah, Babaustus has mix-ups.
Yo, unblockable?
In fact,
do an overhead while Babaustus goes low?
Yeah, up in Babaustus trait is an overhead, and low in Babaustus trait is Babaustus slide. So you got to watch out for that. And it doesn't matter if they're not safe on block or anything because it's Babaustus. And you can't hurt Babaustus, by the way, because that would be PETA would get really mad at the game design. So Babaustus is unharmable. And then his super. One of the cooler moments of Ozymandias, I in my opinion, is when he feeds his little lackey, unbeknownst to him, a cyanide capsule, and he pushes you to the ground and opens your mouth, and as you're struggling, you're like, no, and then he shoves a cyanide pill down your mouth, and he's like, eat it.
So what happens if this move doesn't kill you? You just get up? And, does the cyanide pill just give Superman indigestion or something?
Well, because it would kill them. So what happens is they get up and they have to quick throw it up, puke everywhere, and
you get a free combo off this
yeah,
too.
Oh yeah, no, you can combo into and out of this this special. Because, yeah, while they're puking, you can then continue your combo. But that's how they live, because they quickly regurgitate the cyanide. After he beats you, he would ask John, he would say, hey, John, I need some help. John is Dr. Manhattan, by the way, but since Adrian and John are like best friends, they're on a first name basis. And John would be like, sure, Adrian. And like you would see it from like a first person view of the opponent who was just beaten, where his hand like reaches towards Ozymandias and he's like, no, don't, as Ozymandias would walk away. And he would say, come, Bubastis. And Bubastis would follow him, and then Ozymandias would go sit in that seat where he has like all his televisions and watch TV. The final shot of all the TV controls that Ozymandias has throughout the whole world to monitor his next target.
I think if only Ozymandias were in, this is exactly how he should play.
Exactly. So good luck topping that with your character.
All right, I've got one that is highly requested among people on the forums, despite being a character who would draw a lot of controversy if included. Scarecrow, this is my idea for a Scarecrow move list and how Scarecrow would or could play if he were in. So Scarecrow starts as a melee character. He's like pure melee, pure rushdown. He has to rush you down. And if you look at his scythe, he's got this dripping toxin. He's got the fear toxin coating on his scythe. And his trait is all about using the fear gas to gas and induce hallucinations on your opponent. So when he gets in close and he starts rushing you down, he can do combos with the scythe that give you a dose of the toxin, or he can just spray it in your face. And then what happens is once you're gassed, you have 3 levels. You've got level 1 gas, level 2 gas, and level 3. So how much of a concentrated dose you got from him? What happens is once you dose them, Scarecrow turns into a pure zoning character instead of pure rushdown. And when you're at level 1, he can only summon these shitty little monsters, and they're not really that threatening. They're kind of scary, but not really. And then if he does, a combo that gets you into Fear Gas level 2, he summons much more frightening shit. He's got monsters that are super terrifying. They're
Uzi.
All the threatening things.
Scary.
Yeah, everything that you associate with something threatening and frightening. And then if you actually get them to Fear Gas level 3, you pretty much you summon the Antichrist. You summon the stuff of nightmares.
Shit. Yeah, dude. That's rough.
And then he can use these characters and these summons to sort of beat on you from a range. Now, I put some extra thought into this, right? And I'm thinking, hey, what if these people who play Scarecrow, what if they're really bad at Rushdown? Like, they're awful at Rushdown. They can't open anybody up at all. Maybe they're great zoners, but they don't understand up close.
Maybe Scarecrow's not for them.
Yeah, maybe But I brought in a failsafe. If you get beat on enough, or you do enough block strings to just sort of build meter, and you get a full super, in Scarecrow's super, it is a grab super, like Jax or like Bane or something. And he grabs you, and then he injects you with a whole lot of fear toxin. It doesn't do a lot of damage. However, you can combo after it, and it gives you automatic dosage level 3.
Okay.
So if you suck at Rushdown,
you gotta waste all your meter then.
Exactly. You waste all your meter. You admit, I suck at Rushdown. I can't open people up.
Does Scarecrow have a frame chat? Does he have like a plus on block situation?
Yeah, I give him. Well, he'd be like primarily Rushdown up close. So I'd have him at least have a couple decent frame traps and maybe like a good mix up or two, enough where you could get somebody reliably with a grab hyper.
Does it take time for him to poison his scythe, to put the fear gas or the fear poison on the scythe?
No, it's always on there by default, but like he doesn't use the scythe for every single move. He has certain special moves or like combos that'll use it, and then when you hit them, it adds to their dosage.
Oh, okay.
Level.
So the scythe isn't all like he'll have normal punches and kicks.
Yeah, he might have like a kick, or he might like scratch you or something, or he might like punch you. But then, like, in certain combo strings or in certain special moves, he'll use his scythe, and then whenever the scythe connects with the opponent in any capacity, it also adds to their dosage level. But he also has the gas, too. Like, his trait is just almost like Sonya's, where you can combo into that, too, and that gives a much higher dosage.
Okay. Very cool.
And finally, his Wimpos, what happens is you zoom in on the opponent, and they're in this straitjacket, and you can tell that they're backed up against the back corner of an asylum cell, like a padded cell, and they're clearly crazy because they've been dosed to the max. And then you slowly pan out, and as you pan out to the doorway, you see the door slowly close on them. And then it can be like Scarecrow's personal asylum, so Scarecrow can shut the door and then like walk away, and then you just see them through the bars.
It should be Dr. Crane closing the door, not Scarecrow.
Yeah, yeah. If you make a model, if you make an extra model for Dr. Crane, absolutely. He could just close the door on them, and then you just see them through the bars kind of shaking, and he leaves.
All right, so in closing, if you have any future suggestions for characters that you'd like to see us try to work into the game with our amazing concept art and our great animations and video editing, let us know. Hit us up in the comments and toss us a character or two, and we'll get on it. Also, let us know what you thought of Ozymandias and Scarecrow.
And remember, you can always find new episodes of If Only and other great video series all on InjusticeSociety.com.